Well, good morning, folks. It's Richard Gene, the fishing machine here. Kind of nippy this morning, but now this morning we're looking for either gizzard shad or threadfin. And I see a lot of activity on top, but they're the wrong size. They're little bitty dudes. I don't want little bitty ones. I want them big enough to where I can cut them up, because today we're going to do a little cat jacking using jigs. And I think I seen, okay, right there's some right in front of us. Those are big enough. I still see the rings, so I'm going to throw right in the middle of that, which is about right there, and see if those shad are still there, because they sure did come up. I can tell how big they are by the rings. There's a lot of little ones in here, but there's a few big ones. And we got enough bait now. Okay, we got plenty of bait. I'm just going to dump all that in there. We got a combination of gizzard shad and threadfin, so that's going to be enough bait for what we're going to do today. There we go. We got them. It took a little bit of effort. I'll go ahead and move this ice so y'all can see. See, there's a lot of bait in there. The small ones are threadfin shad, and the big ones are gizzard shad, and they're both good for catfish. That's the yellowtail right there, or threadfin shad. If you notice, his tail's got a little bit of yellow on it. They're good. We accomplished that, the first step. Alright, let's talk about it a little bit, and then we'll go on fishing. And by the way, you know, I get a lot of questions about my favorite size net. Well, for shallow water like I'm in right now, I'm in 3 and 4 feet of water, 5 feet at the most. This is a 6 foot 3/8 mash, which is the size of the holes in it, in the net, cast net. And I always carry 2 with me, because you'll lose nets. If you catch your own bait, you're going to lose the net occasionally. That's why I buy the cheaper ones. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cutting strips out of these shad, putting it on the hook, and I'm going to be working it along the bottom to catch catfish. Now, we could catch blue cats, we could catch channel cat, or flathead. It just depends on what this jig goes by is what we'll catch. I've caught them all using this method. It's a lot of fun. This is a 1/4 ounce jig with a Gamakatsu hook in it, or that might be an owner hook. It's either one or the other. I believe it's an owner hook. Excuse me, I'm using 10-pound braid, tied direct with a Palomar knot, Daiwa reel, and this is a new rod that I bought. This is a Daiwa rod, 6 foot long, medium action. Feels perfect in my hand. It's really light. I messed around and I lost my Gander Mountain rod. I had 2 of those. I broke one, and then I lost one. It fell out of the boat. Couldn't get it. And so I found one that was close to it. This rod is really light, has good backbone, has everything that it needs for this type of fishing. Alright folks, let's go ahead and fillet this gizzard shad, which it's going to be messy, but these things they're like mullet. They feed on algae and stuff like that, so they got a lot of black stuff in their belly. But let's go ahead and fillet him right here. Now these are the type of strips right here. I'm just going to cut one for right now, then we'll get started. This is the kind of strip right here that I cut, about this size, just an elongated strip. I know that looks nasty, but we'll clean him up right here. Okay, it's just an elongated strip like that. And then what I'll do is just barely hook him up like that. Now we're going to have to remove these scales because that'll cause us to miss one, but just like that. And all I'm doing is working it along the bottom real slow. Let's talk a little bit about this method a little bit more, because it's a type of method where I've caught stripers, flatheads, blues, drum, channel cat, and even bass by doing this. And I've probably left out a couple more other species, I don't know. So it's just when you're using fresh shad like this and vertical jigging like we're doing right here, not only, I mean, it's fresh. A bass can mistaken it for a real shad, and he'll eat it. I've caught big bass doing this, and it don't take a whole lot. Just pick it up and let it fall. Watch my rod tip. Pick it up and let it fall back slow. And that 1/4 ounce that I'm using is just right, but if the current was a little bit more, I'd go to a 3/8 or maybe even a half. But if I did that, instead of using 10-pound braid, I'd go up to 15 or 20-pound test braid. Another thing you can do is step up and tackle like that, and bigger hooks on your jig, bigger jig heads, and bigger strips of bait if you want to really target the bigger fish and be successful. But the size bait that we have on right now, I mean, a 40-pounder could hit that, you know, without any trouble. Wouldn't think twice. If it was in front of him, he'd just gulp it up, folks, whether it be a flathead or a blue. So it's big enough. So I expect, you know, I don't anything could happen, is what I'm saying. There he is. Golly. Now that fish was right on the edge. Let me turn around right here. 23 feet of water. But right over here it falls to 36 feet. So that fish was right on the edge of the drop. And that's what I'm focusing on. Fish move right on the edges, just like a deer moves down the edge of a fence line. You've always heard that. Well, it's true. They use that to move, and shad will use it to move a lot of times. And that's going to be a little blue. I thought it was a channel cat. He's wrapped up in there, but a little blue cat. Couple pounds. Okay, blue cat's in here pretty good. I don't know about no giants. We might find out here just directly, because golly. Come on, boy. Fat. He's a little bigger than I thought. Boy, that's a pretty one. Pretty fish, folks. Wow. Beautiful little catfish. Just right to eat. If I'd have brought my big cooler, we would have put a few in it, because water temperature's dropping. These will be great eating fish, no doubt. But let's let him go. We'll let him go today. Keep him tomorrow. Quit. Well, I'm going to turn you loose. Now you stop it. It's getting real dark, folks. But I'm going to tell you, going back, when it comes to catching catfish, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm more successful on these dark, overcast, dreary, rainy days. It just seems like that to me. I'm right on the edge of a creek channel here at about 28 feet of water. Now all I'm doing is just jigging it real slow, letting it hit the bottom, jigging it, letting it hit the bottom. real slow. Now I'm not jigging, I'm not coming up over, not over a foot. The key to this right here, fishing with a jig like this for catfish, is little bitty movements. Like I said, I rarely move it over about a foot, folks. It don't take much movement at all. These fish they're something else. Not only can they smell good, their lateral line is a lot better than people think. They know what's going on. There he is, folks. That quick. Now this is a big fish right here. This is a good one right here. Let's get over here to it. Yeah, it's going to be a while. This is a good fish right here. I hope y'all can hear me. It sure is getting windy out here. It's getting a little bit windier out here than what I would like, really. Woo! This fish is mean. And I stuck him good, so I know I got a good hook in him. It's going to take a while to wear him out. And you'll catch all sizes of catfish doing this, folks. Of course, now I'm going to tell you, this could be a drum. Oh my goodness, no. He's giving me a fit. This could be a big old drum too. You don't never know. They fight a lot like catfish, but here he comes. This is a blue cat. He's just that right size to give you a fit. There he is. Okay, let's see if we can net him. Quit. You stop it. Stop it. Stop it. We got him. Now that's a good size right there. Actually, that's a beautiful fish right there. And just right on tackle like this. Nice blue cat. Not a very big one, but for tackle like this, it was a lot of fun. And there's that little jig hanging right in his jaw. You know, catfish is a lot more aggressive than what people think they are. All three species, blue cat, channel cat, and flatheads, they're actually predators. And as far as I'm concerned, they're top-notch predators. Let's let him go. All right, folks. Let's let him go. There he goes, back to the depths. They don't mess around at all. When they get ready to go, they go. Nothing like fish grips. I've mentioned it before. They will save your fingers. Woo. All right, folks, we're rigged up right here again. Once again, there's the deal. That's all there are to it. Make a short little pitch cast right there. Woo, this wind. It didn't start blowing until I got here and found some fish, folks. Has that ever happened to y'all? I bet it has. It drags about right, I think. Yeah, maybe a little bit tighter. It don't take much. These uh-oh, I got tout right there. These hooks is sharp. I just got another tout right there. Those could be small channels, I don't know. And I tell you what, I've caught some big channel cat doing this too, folks. I'm gonna tell y'all another thing. When these fish decide to hit, they hit, and they hit hard. You know, they ain't no nibbling, dabbling around. They hit it. Just like that one did. God dang it. Boy, that fish. God, dog. That fish knocked the fire out of it. He knocked the fire out of it. There's a lot of bait fish right in here, I can tell you. And, you know, I mention that about every video, but I do it for a reason. it's important to be fishing around your bait, around a lot of bait. That's where the fish is going to be. Whether they're feeding or not, they're going to be around the bait. All right, we got a fish right there. Folks, he nipped at it. Now, they'll do that sometimes before they commit, but there's a fish right there on his trail. Let's see if we can catch him. He nipped at it. Boom. That's probably a channel cat. Yeah, I got him. Whatever he is. Channel cats are bad about that, but I don't think so. I believe this is another blue. Woo! I believe it's just another doggone blue. Golly, you talking about pulling. They're just hitting that way. They're sort of, that one right there nipped at it, and the one I missed done the same thing. He nipped at it, and then when he hit it, he knocked the fire out of it. That's the same way this one did. Now, if y'all look, there's a big old rain shower right there in front of us. I don't know. We may get wet. But I brought us a rain jacket, or I think I did. I love this dowel rod, I'm going to tell you. I might just go down there and buy me another one. No, this is a drum. Look here, folks. Now, we was talking about that first blue that I caught. I said, you know what? They feel a lot like a blue cat, a drum does. And they do. They fight. A lot of people don't like to catch them. Y'all excuse me. But I do. They fight just exactly like black drum in salt water. They're strong. They're a doggone strong fish, and that's a good one right there. Look at there. Big old wide drum too. So what had happened, I missed him. And I rebaited, put it back down there again and caught him. That might have been exactly what happened. I don't know. But whatever. Whatever the case is, we got him. Now, drum is the type of fish that when you catch them, you don't need to leave them out of water very long at all, folks. You need to catch them and then release them back quick. They're just that kind of fish. If you don't, they'll die. Now, that's why I'm doing this real quick. See, he's gone. He'll be fine. The reason why, I don't know why, but they'll die pretty quick. Okay. We'll get back over there and get it back down there again and see. I'm feeling like there's some more blue cat there. If they're not, we'll just move. We know where they're at. Woo. We know where the fish are. Okay. Oh, I got dizzy. I get dizzy sometimes when I get adrenaligens. What is that? Yeah. As long as I see bait, I've got confidence. I've always been that way. I learned that years and years ago, to stay around the bait. You know, sometimes it's a little bit thick and fish are a little hard to catch because of that. I mean, after all they have to do is just reach up and grab one. But the thing about it is, you know for a fact, if you fish a lot, that the fish are there. And just that alone gives you confidence. You're going to catch them, even if they're slow about biting. But they're not slow today. So far, these fish has cooperated. If you can look down right there, if y'all can see all them shad. Now, those shad are about 2.5 inches long, but it don't make any difference. As long as there's bait around. And there's some on the bottom, too. There's going to be fish around. There's going to be cats around. There he is. Golly. Y'all excuse me. I get excited. And I can't help it. Can't do anything about that. When one hits it like that, I get excited. Golly. Strong. They're strong in this current. They're really ripping this water today, folks. And that's also what's helping the bite. These fish are absolutely tearing it up. Love days like today. He's coming up there to the top. Look at there. You know what? This is a big, golly, this is a monster. This is. And he's a doggone good one I'm talking about. I've been catching some good ones here lately. Channel cat. That's exactly what that is. I thought it was a blue. Those blues rise up to the top a lot of times. Come on in here. Big old channel. I always catch big channels doing this. This technique right here is a good one for big channels. Golly, what a fish. Come on in here with me, boy. We'll take a look at that. Now that is a huge Tennessee River channel cat. I want y'all to look what a big tail that fish has got. Man, that is a good one right there, folks. Sure enough. I'm just going to lay him right there. I'm going to show y'all this big old fish. I'm going to show, look what a channel cat. Look at there, what a tail on the fish. That's why these fish are so powerful. But I've caught a lot of big channels here lately. Here in the Tennessee River, that's a big one. And I realize, you know, there's a lot of lakes across the United States that this is just a mediocre or average size. But for here, that's a big one. That's a real big fish. Well, you've lost your dead blame mind, boy. I ain't never eaten no booger. Clarence and Bursel was eating them before, but I ain't. Well, there he went, folks. Them things is so strong. I'll grab them, hold them. I'm going to start using my grips again. They're almost impossible to hold when they're that big. But what I'm going to do is go back up to that column right there because that bite was pretty quick. See, I'm moving up and down these columns, fishing the ones that have bait. The ones that don't, I just go by them. And that bite was pretty quick. Let's try that again. There he is. Golly. Woo! I ain't caught one on this Garcia reel today. So I thought, well, shoot, I'm going to catch one on it. If y'all notice, it's dark and overcast right now, and that white braid really shines. I seen that fish when he thumped it. I was watching that line, and that fish absolutely thumped the heck out of that. It was just boom, no doubt about it. Braid's sensitive. It's perfect for this kind of fishing right here. All right, what you gonna do, boy? This could be a drum or it could be a blue cat. It's one or the other. And I might be wrong. It might just be a big, big old channel cat. It's a channel cat. Boy, it's a big one. I mean, a good one. Another good one. When I first stuck that fish, to be honest with y'all, I thought that fish was a lot bigger. I got him under the chin. Come here, boy. Got him under the chin. That's a good fish. That's a long catfish right there. I got him unhooked. Look at there, what a channel catfish right there, folks. Nice fish. Let's let him go. He let me hold on to him. Woo, they eating this jig up. It's a dynamite technique. I'm gonna show y'all an awesome looking scene right here. Behind me, there's some rain and it's coming this way, I believe. So that's one reason why I'm leaving. But I'll let y'all look. Maybe you can see that right in there. The difference in the shades right there in the sky, right there in the middle. That's rain. That's rain right there. And let's look around right here. This is what this hurricane, Helene, I believe that's how you pronounce it. This is the remnants from it. What a big system that was, folks. We don't have clouds that look like that. Very rare. They look like they're low, but they just want to stick around. And they've been sticking around like that for about 3 days now. And actually today the wind's been the less. I believe it blowed 10 to 15 miles an hour, but the wind has been way more than that. So that's the reason why I come out here. I was dying to go fishing, but great technique. Like I said, try it. If you don't want to anchor up and watch your rods and wait for it to bow over, well, you can move around and fish just like if you were bass fishing. Not much difference at all. Mix it up to keep yourself interested in fishing. That's probably the best advice that I give anybody, because there's a lot of different ways of going about it. But I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for everything y'all do. I love each and every one of y'all. I read all the comments. I don't answer them, but I do answer email. About twice a month. I'll try to get those emails answered the best that I can. We have so many comments that it's hard to answer them, but if you really have a question, I will do my best to answer it through email, folks. It's a lot easier for me. God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for supporting the channel, buying Richard Gene the Fishing Machine hats and hoodies. Helps out a lot. Hey, just by watching helps out a lot. I want to say woo. Hey man, woo. Doggone it. Hey man, woo, woo, woo. And remember, I must go fishing when you can, because it's good food.